My apologies ahead of time for the microphone issues throughout a decent portion of this video. Please bear with me. All right, so I realized about halfway through the day that my microphone wasn't even turned on or hooked up correctly or something. So here I am unboxing the air conditioner that I finally got a week later than what Pioneer and FedEx said I was supposed to. So this is a 10,000 watt Pioneer underbench heater air conditioner inverter. I've installed these on trucks before, at least three of these air conditioners, and they seem to work very well. And it's one of the reasons I picked it for my trailer. Here I'm showing you the ports that actually blow the air out, and some of the wiring, things like that, and all the stuff that comes with the air conditioner. Here I am explaining where it's going to go and talking about where I'm going to put the thermostat, and then I'm going to run the thermostat wire instead of behind the wall. I want to be able to access it if I ever have a problem, so I'm going to put it in some wire track up the wall to a mount that I'm going to make for it. All right, well, this is unfortunate. I'm holding my mic right now because I sat down to talk to you and realized that the audio meter on the screen wasn't bouncing up and down, and I don't know how long it's been since it's done that. So who knows how much of this I'm going to cut out. As a recap, just in case, I have unboxed my air conditioner. I have explained to you what all the pieces and parts are. I have moved it into the trailer. I have wired it into the trailer. I have wired the thermostat. I have explained to you what the purpose of today is and what I'm trying to accomplish. And then I sat down to tell you to ask how loud it currently was, and I realized the thing was not bouncing. So damn. So I just went through all of the recorded video from today so far, and it turns out the mic wasn't working for any of it. It's awesome. So what I'm doing here is I am trying to here's the thermostat, which you may have seen earlier in the video, but I'm trying to get the air temperature in here down low enough, even with only partial insulation, to see what happens. Like, will it just shut down to a fan? Things like that. But basically what I want to do is I want to make sure that this is exactly what I'm looking for this thing before I go start putting holes in the floor, permanent holes in the floor. So while I understand that I am also exhausting warm air into here, so it's kind of fighting each other, it is noticeably cooler in here already, and it's only been, I don't know, it was noticeably cooler 5 minutes into running it. This is cool. It says I'm charging at 158 watts and using 112.89. Says that right there. So now it says I'm using 93.44. So it is bouncing around, but it looks like I'm generally charging more than what this is consuming right now. Well, now I'm using 220 watts. So it's going to depend on a lot of things, and that's sort of what I'm trying to do right now, is figure out, do I need another battery for longevity? Is this even the route I want to go, this air conditioner? Because I can sell this air conditioner to the place I work because we use these, and I can go with something else. So this is sort of a testing phase. All right, so I have decided this is where it's going to live. Here is the plan for it, for your openings, your inlet, outlet, drain, mounting holes, things like that, how far away anything should be from surroundings and walls. Unfortunately, because there's a floor joist here a floor joist here and a floor joist here, I couldn't move it as far this way as I wanted to. I wanted to have a little bit farther this way, but my bench, you can sort of see here, my bench is going to end right in this area right here. So I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. That'll give me my exterior that I want to stick to. Alright, that is ugly. But clean it up a little bit. And there we go. There we go. So basically this is where I landed, was that I've already tested this AC at work. And by that I mean I took my battery and inverter to work, hooked up one of the ACs, one of these Pioneers at work. It ran on full heat, high fan. So basically, we turned the thermostat up as high as we could get it, so it wouldn't like shut off in the shop. And just had the Pioneer sitting on some sawhorses. Full heat, high fan, and it ran for about 4.5 hours before the battery started beeping. Before I got the low voltage, beep. So that's pretty good in and of itself, and that's off one battery. What is called an estimated SOT or SOC, which is apparently like how much battery is left for the inverter or for the charge controller. It's saying 90% right now, and it's been running for an hour or almost an hour with the exhaust, the hot exhaust, blowing in here. You know what? I'm just going to take that leap of faith. I know 10,000 BTU is plenty enough for this space, for this cubic feet. And I know these things run. I know they put out a ton of volume. So I was like, you know what? I'm just cutting holes in the floor, seeing what happens. Also, this little aftermarket guy, which is just a battery percentage, it just tells you the healthier battery, was pretty accurate when I was charging this battery. And when this hit 100% is about the time that my charger shut off. So this is also pretty accurate. I'm probably within 10% or so, I would imagine. And this is still saying 100%. And the Renogy is saying 90%-ish, sometimes bumping up to 95, because the Renogy is seeing how much charge is coming into the battery from solar. So I think I'm sitting pretty good. Basically what I want to do now is I want to go for a drive. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to leave this run. I haven't screwed this into the floor, but it's sealed up to the floor with the weight and that foam, the foam seal under it. I just want to leave, because if I don't leave, if I don't get away from this, I'm going to want to screw with things. I'm going to want to tinker. I'm going to want to move things. I'm going to want to do something I'm not going to think it's getting cool enough fast enough, even though I can feel it myself right now. So I just want to leave. I'm going to go for a drive. We'll come back in a half hour to an hour and sort of just see where everything's at. So I'll see you then. All right, so before I go on this drive, this is what we're looking at. Here's the drain hole. Here is the intake and exhaust. I may put, where's my finger? I may put like a flap between the two so that one doesn't circulate the other from being so close to the ground, right? But yeah, I may put some sort of a flap, like put a piece of aluminum angle there with like a rubber mud flap sticking down at least, I don't know, 6 inches, just to kind of help separate them. But other than that, looks pretty good down here.
1 hour later.
All right, so I'm back. It's been an hour. It says it said it was 68 degrees in here. I about 20 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, set the AC to auto and to 72 degrees or 73 degrees. And so if everything is right, then it should start kicking on here pretty soon and keeping this at 73-ish degrees, which it's now been a couple minutes and it is doing that. It is blowing out nice cool air, and I heard it ramp down, and now it's ramping back up because it's 75 degrees in here and it wants to be at 73. The good news is that over the last hour, lights are on, 12-volt fridge is running, the AC was running at full blast on like 64 degrees or something. This is the only wall insulated. The ceiling's not insulated, and that wall's not insulated. So this wall and the front nose are insulated. In the hour, it got down to 68 degrees, and according to my meter for my battery, I was still at 100%. This AC runs at its peak around 5 watts. Around 5 amps. Around 5 amps. And when I got back, I got on the Renogy app, and it said I was taking in 17 amps of solar. So I was almost tripling, or I was tripling the solar input than what this thing was using, if I'm doing my math correctly. Which means during the day, a sunny day, I'm good. I should be pretty good. I don't know that I'm going to need another battery. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on auto, leave it on 72 degrees. It's not ideal because we don't have insulation here and here, but leave it on 72 degrees. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to edit this video. And then in the next video, I'm going to let you guys know how everything went and see if it will stay running all night on one battery on auto cool. According to the app, my estimated SOC, which is like the total battery left, based off the draw and input, the total battery left went back up to 100% right here. So again, that's estimated, but that sort of helps to reinforce that I'm bringing in more solar than I'm using in energy. Says I'm bringing in 18.9, 18.5, 18.0, 18.5 solar amps right now. And if I go to the inverter says I'm outputting, or that it's outputting right now 0.35 amps. There's 0.6. And it is blowing out cool air. 0.5. I think I'm pretty good. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm worried. I'm worried that I might have to buy another $400 battery for capacity sake. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and all that good stuff if you want to see more of this trailer and my truck and everything else that I have coming down the pipe. This test has gone well, though. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk to you later.